Hello everyone, welcome again to this final episode of the Italian Dojo. Sorry guys, okay, my stick wasn't connected. I miss my frame on my webcam. I just noticed. So today, for the last episode of this dojo, we are going to take a look at Kain, the last character we were missing. It took a while, but finally we have our sensei here, which is Erendir, ready to helping out with this character. Erendir, are you there?
Yeah, hello everyone.
Hello, welcome. So, today we are going to see the last character. Can you just introduce him a bit? Speak about the peculiarities of this character while I fix my
Yeah, sure.
camera frame.
So yeah, Kain is, or Kain, depending on where you are,
Okay.
is the boss of the game. And in the lore, he's Rock Howard's uncle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just trying to set up the stream at the same time, so if you hear my
don't
keyboard
worry.
typing, don't worry about it.
So he's mainly a charge character, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's the only fully charged character in the game, because Jehoon and Rock do have charge moves, but they do have command moves as well.
Okay.
So he's solely reliant on his charge moves. He's one of the best characters in the game.
Okay.
People place him second, third, sometimes even first. So yeah, there's that. So you can't go wrong with this character, although he's not that easy to use, and especially not easy to master, rather.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff to know about him. And obviously playing with a charge character is different compared to, playing a character with quarter circles.
You told me one thing when we had our Jaehun dojo. You told me that usually Kain is the consequence of playing Jai. You start with Jai, and then when you get strong enough, you usually switch to Kain because they are similar. Do I
somewhat, yeah,
recall correctly? Maybe it's for the charge. I don't know.
Yeah, somewhat, because a lot of Kain players switch to Jehoon, and a lot of Jehoon players sub Kain as well.
Oh,
because one of the main things, the main difficulties of the character is doing guard cancel with a charge move. So if you learn it on one character, you can switch to the other one.
Okay.
And Jehoon can do some stuff Kain cannot do, and vice versa. So yeah, usually when you learn how to play one of the two, you switch to the other.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so in the meantime, while you finish setting up, guys, remember that this next week on Friday the 17th, bad luck day, but I hope it will bring good luck. We are going to have the Vortex Gallery. So it's the former Anime Evo tournament. This year they already started. They started at the beginning of September. Each and every weekend, starting Friday, ending on Sunday, they are holding like 80 tournaments. And they added one last tournament for North America on the first, I think the first weekend of October will be Guilty Gear Strive. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So
the game is new.
If you didn't already signed up to the tournament, please sign up to the tournament. There are 3 regions, which is Europe, North Africa, and Middle East for one region, North America and South America, 2 different regions, and there's still room for players to join. Okay.
Yeah, guys, this is one of a lifetime tournament, so feel free to join. Everything is online. It's a great opportunity to just play the game and have fun.
Yeah. Okay. Are you setting up the?
Yeah, it's set up.
The video. Okay, because I can't see the stream right now. Let me see.
Let me see. We started maybe. Oh yeah. My bad.
Okay.
There you go. You should have it right now.
Okay. And okay. And this way should be...
Is it good?
Okay, I can see it. And now the chat can see it. Okay, nice. So, Neme, tell me hello. By the way, Neme, welcome. And tell me if the scan lines are fine, or if they create some trouble. I think they are fine. That's curious. I can see the scan lines on the Discord stream, but I can't see them on the...
Yeah, it's weird.
on the Twitch preview. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so we can start from his normal attacks. Usually we do like A button, jump, crouch, standing, and then B, jump, crouch. So this way we don't miss anything.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, Kain doesn't have the best normals in the game, but they're still good. Some of them are best than others.
Okay.
You have this jab. It's a really good jab. It's 4 frame startup. He has one of the fastest dashes in the game, by the way, so you should know that. So he can do stuff like this, you know. So this is like one of his best buttons in neutral, because you can do stuff like this. It's special concealable, like this.
Okay.
And yeah, it's pretty good. You can dash, you know, stuff hops with it, poke, and stuff like that. Then he has his 2A. It's his fastest normal. It's 3 frames, and it is not special cancelable. But it can chain into 2B or 2C, so you can do stuff like this. Oops. Yeah, it didn't work for some reason. Well, we can do this. Oops. Yeah, here we go. I don't use it that often, but see?
Yeah.
It's pretty good, actually. It's really good. And keep in mind, it's 3 frames. So, like that. Then his jump A, it's not good. It's meh. You can use it from time to time, especially against Grant and as air-to-air. But other than that, it's not that great.
Okay.
Then we have his standing B. Good range. Again, see. Can be comboed into from 5A, so you can do this. Oops. Yeah, here we go. And again, you can cancel from it, like, oops. Oop.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
That's one of his BNBs. So yeah, again, Kain is a charge character, so you have to, you know, keep charging at all times. So if you watch my inputs, as soon as I pressed A, started charging even before pressing B.
Ah,
so
okay.
You know, input 5A, 4B, like that. You can see my inputs right there.
Yeah.
2B, good normal, good reach, like this.
Yeah.
It's not the best to be in the game. It's, you know, usable. You can net cancel. Oh, I just did the car cancel. But if I do this, see, I'm pressing 2B up and D. Doesn't work. There's a special trick. You cannot cancel from it, but you can car cancel. So if you do 2B up B and then 2B again. Oops. There you go. So 2B up, down, B. Otherwise, you can not, see?
Yeah. Ah, I see.
But you have to, so 2B up, down, B. There we go. It's a really good combo to learn. It's very powerful. Then we have jump B. Really good move. Good horizontal reach. And you can combo like this. One hit.
Oh, nice.
It's really good as an air-to-air. Good around, but it's really weak against 2 ABs. Because, you know, it hits very early in the jump.
Okay.
Then we have 5C. This move. So this is close C. And as you can see, you can feint cancel into it.
Okay.
It's special constable. Like you can do that, or, you know. Oh, sorry. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, nice. Okay.
No other use than in some strings and as a punish. So you don't usually do it, use it a lot, but you can hit confirm other like this. Other than that, yeah, nothing to say about it really. Then you have 2C. It's not that great by its own, so you have use it like this or like that.
Okay, it's not cancelable.
That's the main use, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, he has a far C, so close C, and far C. Not useful, really. It's unsafe and it's useless, basically. So don't use that move.
Okay.
We have jump C. Really good. This is a really good move because it crosses up really easily. See? And you can even cross up some characters if they're crouching.
Okay.
Hang on. I don't know if this works against Jenet, actually. Yeah, it doesn't work against Jenet. There you go.
Ah,
so
okay.
if you're it's a good move, and you can combo out of it. So yeah. And then we have his Ds.
Yeah.
This is useless. Don't do this. It's really unsafe, even on hit. And have this. It's a good sweep. Not the fastest, but good range on it.
Yeah.
It's unsafe, as most sweeps do, but it can be useful in some matchups against Jenet and Terry and Don Juan. And then we have his best jumping normal, which is this. His jumping D. It's amazing. Jump D can be 2AB, but hop D cannot. So this will beat any 2AB in the game.
Oh, nice. Even Kevin's?
And, even Kevin's, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so and you get a combo out of it like that. It can cross up, see, like that.
Yeah.
And it's really ambiguous. It's really hard to read. So this is like one of the main offense tools. Okay, this. It's really hard to deal with. And, like this and this. So it's really good.
Nice. Then we have Evasion Attack.
Come again? Oh yeah, we have his. This is useless. Well, you can use it in conjunction with his super, like this.
Okay.
See, do it a bit better.
Yeah, it's more a mix-up tool.
Yeah, really. But again, this is better.
Okay.
It's faster because this is slow. He has a setup like you can do this. This is a setup I found. And you can link 5A or 2B after this.
Oh.
It doesn't work against Jenet for some reason, but it's a setup I found, and for flashiness.
Yeah.
And then we have this move. It's 2AB.
Okay.
It's one of the best in the game. Not the best as anti-airing, but look at the range on this.
Oh. Okay.
And you can hit confirm it. Like this. Like you'll see me often use it in neutral like this.
Yeah.
And yeah, and also he has a target combo, so 2AB, and then you have to go to neutral and press C, so this.
Ah, okay, that's a target.
So this is feint cancel on hit, but not on block. This is feint cancelable on hit and on block.
Okay.
Yeah, this is. By the way, you have to go to neutral. If I'm pressing 2C, it doesn't work. I'll show you. See, I'm spamming.
Yeah.
So, and quick tip to do this combo. It's one of his main combos in the game. This. There's a trick. You input your feint as 214 AC, so quarter circle backward AC. So, see, I'm inputting quarter circle backward AC, so I can start charging during the feint. So this is a good trick to learn. That way, you can do this.
Okay. And does he have an air target?
Yeah, but it doesn't work on many characters. To do it, it has to be a neutral jump D and then jump A. So it doesn't work when jumping forward or backward. It only works on jumping neutral.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that good, really.
Okay.
And it whiffs a lot, and yeah, not the great of a move. But yeah, this is a really good neutral. Again, look at the range on this. So
yeah,
from this. And
nice.
He has many good setups after that. It's a good damage. Again, you can combo this, and it hit confirmable. So abuse it. It's really good.
Okay.
Shall we move to meter charging?
Just one more thing about the top attack.
Oh yeah, right. The best top attack in the game. See, well, it's in safe.
Okay.
Yeah. Make Jenet block for a while, because I need to show you something. So yeah, what makes Kain amazingly strong is his ability to guard crush you. So you can do this. There you go.
Oh, nice! My God. Okay.
So that's what makes him really good, because you have to learn crush values of your moves and other characters and stuff like that to optimize your guard crush sequences. But this move deals a huge amount of crush damage, 25 to be precise. So if you hit someone 3 times with this, you guard crush them.
Okay.
But it's in safe, so you only have to use it once. So you have to build 40 guard crush with your other normals and super, and then you press this and you guard crush. Okay. And it's really good for juggles because you can do this.
Okay.
Really good top. It's the best in the game. It can be used to guard cancel against projectiles as well.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay. Girolamo, hello, welcome.
Hey, dude. Welcome to the stream.
Okay, yeah, we can go to the gauge charging.
Well, as most characters do, except for Kevin, obviously, you have to use his break to charge meter. Let me put it in the middle of the screen so you can see it better. Like this.
Okay.
Kain is the character who uses his break the most in the game. Everything, almost his whole game plan relies on this move. So learning how to break it is really important. And you'll use it a lot for meter charging, anti-airing, pressure. So, can also use meter like this. You can build meter against Jenet, also Griffin, and Tizok, and Grant. You can,
yeah,
can build meter like that. But mostly it's this.
And since we are talking about the break, is there a difference on his weak and strong break?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked about it. So this B break is plus 11 on block.
Okay. Okay. My God.
This D version is plus 7, I reckon, plus 7, I think, yeah. But it has a lot more crush value.
Okay.
So if you're going for a mix-up or you need plus frames, you use B version. And when you go for a crush, you go for D version.
Okay.
So for instance, there's a sequence like this. So see this, I'm using B version because I need the plus frames up to do this, dash 5A.
Okay, yeah.
But when I want to crush, I do, see, D version.
Okay.
So that's the main difference in this break. So pressure, B version, and if you want to guard crush, you do the D version. That's about it.
Nice.
In neutral, you guys abuse this move. And again, Kain has a really good dash, so you can do stuff like this, And it's really annoying for people to play against you when doing this.
Yeah.
So abuse that, and again, this move. So yeah, you control the space with this,
Okay, yeah. Nice. So we can talk about his specials. We saw something already.
Yeah, this. If you do, you have to input 8B, so straight up and B, right? Because if you do, see, I'm doing 7, doesn't work. If I do 9, it's kinda works, but not always.
Okay.
Yeah, see? So it has to be straight up.
Ah, okay, okay.
So one of the best breaks in the game. If you do not break it, it looks like this. That's his big version. It comes out in 6 frames and it's invincible for 6 frames and it's active for 2 frames.
Okay.
One of the best breaks in the game, again. And D version hits a lot more. It has 2 projectiles at the end. Again, D version is only used for guard crashes, and if you miss this break, you'll always be punished. It's really unsafe. And it's one of the balancing factors for Kain because he uses a lot of break and the timing is really tight, so if you miss it, you're going to get punished. So make sure you don't miss your breaks.
Yeah.
He also has a second break, by the way. He has this. By the way, this move is charge down, up, and then kick. Down, up, kick. Then he has another charge move, so back, forward, kick. It's his Panzer.
Okay.
Really unsafe, but you can combo from light attacks. So, like. And if you're, by the way, again, for charge move, if you're really good about charging, you can do this. Oops.
Oh, wow.
If you learn how to charge with Kain, you can do 5A, charge, 5A, and then his flash kick.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So yeah, this is a combo ender, and one of the main juggles is this one. So you do this break, and then this.
Okay.
It's his bread and butter, and again, like this. So you have to learn how to combo break into this and stuff like that. It's really important. That's B version. You'll use it 99.99% of the time. And then you have D version. He charges up, then lunges forward.
Okay.
And what's fun about Kain, he can break this.
Ah.
He has 2 breaks.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's useless, but it's, if you input your this by mistake, you can press AB and cancel it. Again, really useless.
Oh, okay.
And then we have his projectile, shots flame. A version is straightforward, and then he has C version. It goes like this. It's really annoying to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But don't try to play Hado traps against Marco. Marco will win.
Yeah.
You can do stuff like this. Hang on. It's again, this is useless, but it's just for trolling purposes, really.
Okay.
And we forgot something. You can throw and do this with Kain.
Ah, yeah, the throw. Yeah, right.
He's the only character that can use a juggle after a throw. You can only link this special, B and D version.
Oh.
And you can also use super, but we'll show it later.
Okay.
So, see, you cannot do this. Oh, okay, sorry. This doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's about it about his specials, Usually you want to build as much meter as you want because Kain is really good with meter. So, this, again, moving.
Okay. Okay, nice. Yeah. So, what's next? After super hit confirms and combos or conversions.
Okay, super. So we'll start with this. A version.
Okay.
It's a slow super. The only way to combo this. Sorry. Oh, having issue. This is the only easy way to combo. So 2AB, 5C, super. Though he can do this. The timing is a lot tighter. It's
okay.
It's doable, but it's not always easy to do. And he can juggle. Oh yeah, I'll show you. I'm sorry. But this is an important combo to learn.
Ah, yeah, off the ground after a counter.
See, you can even do it like this. You can even dash. See. Oh. This is a really good combo to learn. It's very useful, especially against Jenet and Donghuan.
Yeah.
So that's first super. Then you have the C version, P power. The same with 3 projectiles, and again, the only way to combo is this.
Oh, okay.
It deals a huge amount of damage, especially in the corner, because you can do this. Top attack.
Oh, wow.
And in the corner you can do it.
Wow, okay.
He can do it in the corner against most characters like this. I'll try to show you. Oops.
Oh, nice.
And you can juggle after that with Flame and Panzer.
Ah.
That's his 2 punch super. By the way, this is really good because it can catch Grant. You know, have you played against Grant and he's doing DP dive to escape the corner?
Yeah.
So this will catch it 100% of the time.
Oh, okay.
So it's really good. And if you trade, you can juggle. So it's a really good super. And then we have his B super. It's this forward moving ball. And you can juggle any special move. You know, see, I hit her twice with Flame right there. This can be comboed again like this. You can like this. You can hit confirm like this. With 5C. And this is one of his most useful supers. You can use it to start setups. I'll show a bit later.
Yeah.
And you can use it for combos again. This is cool one I like, you know, with a jump in middle.
Oh, okay, nice.
And yeah, you can do this again.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. Then we have his D super. It's a really slowing ball. And this is used for mix-ups. Again, you know, see, I can dash. Same goes for this one. Hey.
Ah, okay.
And you can do this. It's really powerful. And you can also do this.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a really good mix-up, you know, because people will try to defend against this, and they usually forget to take throws.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Yeah, you can combo like this. It's not useful. It deals less damage than this one. So if you want to combo, do this. If you want to do a mix-up, or if people are trying to, you know, pressure you, this is safe. So you can abuse this move.
Okay.
As I said, Kain is really good for setups, and I'll show you quick combos and then some setups if you want.
Yeah.
I won't show the hardest combos because it's not the goal, but what you want to learn is this. Sorry. You want to hit Panzer after every combo. This is very important.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, this. It's one of his main combos. Again, this. this. On cross-ups, you can do this. And again, Panzer.
Okay.
This. I'll show quick successions. This. I mean, those are the most important combos to learn. Maybe this, yeah. But this is good in the corner because you can do this. Oops, sorry. Yeah. You cannot juggle this mid-screen.
Oh, okay, okay.
A super is better in the corner because B super, look at how many hits it's going to hit. 1.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, there's a trick, if you want to get a bit more, is to use a feint in the middle. See? See, now it hits 3 times. Still not enough, because it should be hitting 7 times. So, corner, this is better. And mid-screen, this is better.
Ah, okay.
What else? So, those are the main combos you should be learning.
Okay.
Obviously, there are harder combos. Some of them I cannot even do most of the time. Yeah, I can do that combo. Vanilla combo is really hard to do. And I don't want to embarrass myself doing it. Yeah, stuff like that,
Okay.
Anyway, so you want to learn. You want to have this situation, Panzer. You want to have this. In Mark of the Wolves, when you hit the ground, you can press A, B, C, D to roll. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Try to show it. I'm going to control Jenet. See Jenet? She rose really quick, and she,
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a bug in Mark of the Wolves. Is during this black screen, you cannot do inputs.
Yeah.
Inputs are not registered. So if you time your super right when they hit the ground, they cannot tick and they cannot roll away.
Ah.
It's a really important aspect because that means they're going to be in place and they cannot move. So if I do this with Kain. See, I pressed right when she was on her back.
Okay.
And I'm going to press C to roll, okay? Oops. It's really hard to, because I'm controlling Jenet with the keyboard. See, I'm pressing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she cannot roll. This is
Okay.
very important, because you can do stuff like that. Low attack. Oh, sorry. Should I'm going to record her actually. Okay, I'm going to record her blocking.
Yeah.
I need to record for a while. Sorry. Should be enough. See? She was blocking the whole time. Oh, damn it. I want to show you this when she's standing up.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this is hard to do because I'm controlling Kain and Jenet during match. It's really easier to do, and it's really powerful. Damn it, super didn't come out for some reason.
Ah, okay.
And see, it leads into the same situation, so I can do the whole setup again. And if they're blocking too much, yeah, no problem. You can do this.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, the setups with Kain are really important. I'm not going to show all of them because there's too many, but this is important. See? Yeah, this is important. You need to learn this, and the timing is really important. Because again, just if you mean to mess with people, just dash 2B or dash this. This is all you need to learn. This is a 50-50, and every single time you have a combo. So it's worth learning. And
nice.
Again, you have the pressure, you can continue into a gut crush. So either you do this and it's a combo and you can link into this and do it again, or this combo and do it again, or they block and you go into a gut crush. So it's win-win-win.
Okay.
Some characters can deal with this, like maybe doing supers, guard cancels, backdashing in some situations, but these are advanced situations. But most of the time, you really just need to do this or this. Again, there's many other setups. And I wanted to show you stuff like this. Like after the throw, maybe. Like low. So yeah, it's all about setups with Kain. It's always about setups. And also how to guard crush people. Super, you know. I'm sorry, I missed my... Okay.
Nice.
There's many routes to learn.
Okay.
No top. Again. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I forgot the combo. This one. Not the most useful.
Okay. There's even a setup to guard crash with the double fireball when you land a knockdown on your opponent.
It's really hard to show with recording because you have to just defend. So let me show.
Oh yeah, but yeah, it's not just defendable.
Yeah, again, I'll try to show it maybe.
Ah, this one, yeah, 1-2, and then you can follow with the top attack.
Yeah, exactly. There's in this game you cannot just defend something that hits you, two moves that hit on the same frame.
Okay.
And when you do this, sorry, I missed the second one. At some point, both will hit at the same time when you are just defending. And you will switch from just defending into blocking, and again, you can switch into gut crush. There's a bug in the game. We call it the Seele Bug. And only Kain can do it really and benefit from it. If you switch from just defending into blocking, like for instance, how do I do this with Jenet? Hang on. You can see with this, maybe. Yeah, no. Should be working though. Nope. Yeah, it's not. Come on, Jenet. God damn it. Sorry. Oh, actually. Never mind. I can control her with my keyboard. Second. Okay. See, she switched from just defending into blocking it by the end. See?
See. Okay.
When you do that and you hit at the same time, the move you use to force her into going to block will hit multiple times. So if you do this, top attack will hit multiple times. And remember what I said earlier? If this hits 3 times, it's a guaranteed gut crush.
Okay.
So doing this bug will lead into sometimes gut crushing someone. I'll try to do it, maybe. Okay. I should be able to do it. Yeah, I need to be blocking. Okay, doing it. Okay, I did it like... This is really hard, guys. God damn. This is really hard. It's an important thing to learn about Garou. Sorry, I'll try it maybe 1 or 2 times and stop here.
If you want to, we can try at the end with the AES.
Yeah. Yeah, never mind. So if you can do it properly, this will hit multiple times and it'll lead in a guaranteed guard crush.
Okay.
And Kain can force people into blocking instead of just defending, because this move can only be just defended high, and this move can only be just defended low.
Ah,
so
okay.
Even at full screen, if I do this, see?
Ah, I see. It switches on block because the move is low.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
So if you do 5C carry cancel into this, and the opponent is just defending low, he will switch from just defend into blocking, leading into the bug into a guard crush. And if he's just defending high, you can do same thing. It's an advanced technique, and but it's incredibly strong. If you do it perfectly in some situations, can deal like 80% damage. So it's it's a good thing to learn. So maybe 1 time. Yeah, never mind. Anyway.
Okay.
That was his setups and his combos.
Okay. Nice. So we have setups, combos, conversions. Feint cancel. We already talked about feint cancels.
Yeah, he doesn't have any combos with feint cancel. He cannot do an infinite, but he can combo from 5C like that.
Yeah.
Mid screen. So 5C, 2AB in Panzer. Again, it's really important to learn to do your feint instead of doing 2AC, is doing C. See, it's doing 2-1. So you start charging. Yeah, this works in the corner, by the way. Like this. Yep, too late. Like that. Okay. And in the corner, like this.
Okay.
This is the most used feint in the for Kain, like this. That's about it. Like, it doesn't really use feints other than that.
Yeah.
So, well, in some situations against Jenet, I'll show you real quick. Okay. I didn't show any counter hit combos because most of them is like this. This twice and then Panzer. No.
Okay.
That's your bread and butter. Should be doing almost always that combo. The only difference is against Jenet, you can do this. This is a Jenet only combo. So other than that, you should be doing this twice. And again, there is no feint cancel combos, nothing fancy like that. Just
okay, I see. So for feint cancels, do you have any suggestion beside the BNB for training?
Yeah. This, you have to learn how to do this without failing. This is really important. Another routine is to learn how to guard cancel with this. So I'll show you the Jenet. Sorry.
Oh.
It's really important to learn to do this. It's not... I can't do it 100% of the time. It's it's the hardest break with Jaehoon to guard cancel. Sorry.
Okay.
Because you have to be charging down, so you have to... Oh, god damn it. It's not easy controlling both characters. Like that.
Okay.
So back, down, down, forward, down, back, or back, and then up. So it's back, down, forward, down, back, up.
So you go into down forward to reset
yeah, exactly.
the JD without losing the charging.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Okay.
There is another technique. It's harder. Watch my inputs if I can do it properly. Yeah, damn it. Did you notice what I did?
So it's back, down, down, back, up.
Yeah.
So it's...
I went from standing into just defending low, then doing the guard cancel.
Okay.
Because you have just enough time between two just defend to charge your flash kick. So if you know your charge movement, you know your charge timing, you can do that. You don't have to do back, down, forward, down, back again.
Ah, okay.
Because this means you have to wait for 3 hits, like so back, down, forward, back. So 3 hits. But if you can do back, down, back, up, you only need 2 hits to get cancel.
Ah, okay, I see.
And against Jenet is the optimized route, because if you guard cancel on the 3rd hit, you will either trade or you just knock her down. That's it. If you do it on the 2nd hit, you get a counter hit. So the optimal route is doing this.
Oh, nice.
Again, if you do the... oops, sorry. See, I traded.
Yeah.
So the optimal route is doing this. Again, there's fun combos to do against Jenet and other characters. And... oh, fuck this super. It's not a 0 frame, so I always get caught with it. So I tried to do it right there and I failed. I hate this super. I hate just defending it. I tried to do it right there. I didn't have enough time to go from back to down back, so I have to do the old-fashioned way. Like that.
Okay.
So I have to do down forward, back, and up. So this is a good routine to have, you know. Learn how to guard cancel. A good way to do it is like with Jenet or any other character. Record. See?
Yeah.
And then... yeah, sorry, I have to be quick about this. It's a good way because if you miss the timing, Jenet will beat you 100% of the time.
Ah, okay.
It's this is a good practice, I find. And you can vary the timing, you know. Okay, this one is good. Okay. Again, work on the timing. Even I play Kain a lot. I can do it 100% of the time, you know. Like that, you know.
I see.
It's a good thing to learn. You have to master this technique because it's really important against some matchups. And again, work on this. Really important. And the last thing is you want to keep practicing your gut crush routines. You know, because sometimes you'll mess them up because there are 3 categories of characters in Mark of the Wolves. You have light characters, medium, and heavy.
Okay.
Light is Hotaru, Jenet, and Rock, sometimes, depending. You can guard crush them a lot easier compared to other characters. Then you have medium, everyone, except for Kevin, Grant, Griffin, and Kain. Those are 4 heavies, and they have a lot more guard crush. Okay. You cannot guard crush them with the regular setups. So if you do, for instance, if you want to guard crush Jenet and you go for the medium route, you will guard crush her a lot sooner. And 99% of the time you will miss the combo because sometimes it's like doing this twice. 1, 2. And if you were autopiloting, you guard crush with this and then you hit her with this one. So it's not optimized.
Okay.
You want to be sure when to guard crush, so you can go for the optimal combo, which is this one.
Okay.
So practice your route, practice, when to guard crush, when not to guard crush. Practice your setups. So always, try to do stuff like, as I said, again.
Oh.
Practicing setup is good. Practicing guard crush is good, and practicing to guard cancel with this is really important again.
Okay, nice.
There you go.
Talking about the matchups, I have a question before we start.
Yeah.
How do you stop a Kain from building meter without exposing too much? Because with Dong, in my case, but I think it's a problem for every character. Maybe not for Grant, because Grant is very fast in closing the distance. But if a Kain is in the corner, he can control the space with his fireballs, and if you don't press him enough, he will easily build the P power in no time. How do you manage the matchup when you are far from Kain? How do you approach?
Here's the thing. This has a lot of recovery. I'll show you. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to hold up. Look at the time it took me to jump.
Okay.
Same here. If he does this and you're on the ground, you can run. If he does this, you can jump over it. You cannot hit him. Again, you just want to gain ground.
Okay.
You never jump on Kain like that, because this move is really good. You cannot just jump on him and expect to win. Your goal is to play at this range, because Kain is really weak at this range. So this doesn't work, and it loses to 2Bs.
Okay.
See, I'm gonna try to even Dong, even no, it was. You can only hit that move within 2 frames, and otherwise it'll beat your flash kick. So you want to play at this range really, and abuse your 2B like this, and 2AB.
Oh, okay.
So even with Dong, 2AB will beat this move. So your goal is, if he throws flame, just defend and move. If he does this, it's really hard to just, like that.
Okay.
When you just defend, you will build meter as well. So your goal is build meter whenever you can, move forward, and try to be at this range. Because here, he can't do anything against you, see? But then Jenet. And with Dong, you can do his 2B, 2A. You have good reach, and you can control that space.
Okay.
And also with Dong, when you have air super, you can just defend and then reversal super. And it will be a guaranteed punish. As I said, this is plus 11 on block, but is -1 on air just defend. So plus 11 on the ground, plus 9 if you just defended on the ground, but it's -1 if your air just defended on the air. Dong's super is 0 frame. So if you just defend it, you can reversal on reaction and punish Kain 100% of the time.
I see.
So build meter, and when you have meter, Kain cannot do this anymore. Or even if he does this, you can punish him from full screen with super jump into super.
Yeah.
The main thing is don't let Kain have both P power and top.
Okay.
It's very important. Yeah. Because if he puts you in this situation, it's really hard to get out of it. One mistake can mean it costs you the round. And this is universal. Any character. It applies to any characters. Don't let Kain have top attack and both meter.
Okay,
and if you have to let him do that, don't attack him like this. Don't attack him with obvious jumps. Unless you are Dong, because Dong can punish him. or Jenet, because Jenet is stupid.
Okay.
You have to, you know, play the footsie game, play slowly, press, you know, this stuff like that, and don't. It's a poking game. He's one of the strongest characters in the game for a reason. So it's a hard matchups depending on your character, but it's doable. For instance, Rock, who is one of the worst characters in the game, he has a 6-4 matchups against Kain. It's hard, but it's not impossible.
Okay.
Because his Rock's 2B goes under that move from Kain, so he can punish it. And same goes for Jenet, like she can do, you know, 2B, 5A into super. Don can do 2B, 2B into his hidden super and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And obviously with Kain, you want to play either here to build meter, or this. Like, Kain wants to be up close, like here. This is amazing for Kain. Because this will beat any attempt of doing anything, and you can start your pressure, like. So you want to be here with Kain, or like here, building meter. And when you build enough meter, you can go on the attack. And some matchups are different, especially Jenet. She is his worst matchup because, again, this move beats everything, and this is really hard to deal with Kain. Oh, sorry. I can do dive kick on keyboard. Yeah, this is really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
So Jenet is really hard. It's really difficult. Other than that, you know, just build meter. Don't be so stupid with your fireballs. They are very punishable. So just wait for your opportunity to, like, then either go for a guard crush or mix up, you know, juggle, and go from there. There's many videos with Vanilla. He's one of the best Kains playing in Japan. He has many incredible setups. He can do we'll call it the Vanilla combo. It's difficult combo. Yeah, I did it! And it's on stream!
That's proof.
Exactly. Yeah, he's really good, so I suggest you watch him.
Okay.
He's an amazing player, and really, you will improve watching him play.
Okay. Taz, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Okay. What are his best matchup? We talked a lot about how to challenge him, but tell us what are his best matchups.
T.O.P is one of the best matchups. It's like 7-3 for Kain.
Okay.
It's almost impossible to win. Kain, I think he's the only character with a favorable matchup against Grant.
Yeah.
It's like 6-4 for Kain. And because when a Grant is in the corner, he cannot escape. This will always catch him. Always. He cannot reverse. This will beat his DP as well.
Okay.
And if you have him cornered, he's really weak. This will beat his 5A and 5C. So, you know, from good range. Okay. This will even beat his charge move sometimes. You know, his quad circle forward B, you know, the one when he moves and charges you with the headbutt.
Yeah.
This will beat it. So it's a good matchup for Kain, definitely. Most of his matchups are either 6-4 or 5-5. And you have some extremes, so Griffin is 7-3 for Kain, and Jenet is like 7-3 for Jenet, so, or 6-4 for Jenet. Yeah. He doesn't have any, you know, other than those two, he doesn't have any like amazingly good matchups or incredibly difficult matchups. It's usually 6-4, 5.5, 4.5 most of the time.
Okay. So I think that we saw pretty much everything about him. I don't know if someone from the chat has some questions about this character. We can. It's question time. So if you have any questions, this is the moment. And yeah, for the rest, I asked my own question. I find it very hard to play against Kain, but I have to get consistent to JD his air fireball.
Yeah, it's really important, and especially doing super whenever you just defend his charge kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know. By the way, this I forgot this about this combo. Come on. Yeah, this one.
Oh, okay.
It's really advanced because it's a character cancel, but it will show you the strength of this character. Because you can do stuff like this, you know? Oh, okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
Most of the time people will try to, you know, block high and forget to block low, so.
I see. Nice. Okay, so I think did you finish everything?
Yep. Should be everything for me.
Okay, nice. So we are finished with this. This was the last episode. So the dojo is over, and so next week we are going to be on stream again with Erendir, commentating the Vortex Gallery tournament, and then after the Vortex we'll be restarting, continuing our championship for the GAROU Discord. Championship will be up again on the 22nd of September, and yeah, so I'll see you. I'll talk to you again next week on Friday, Erendir.
Yeah, sure. Always a pleasure.
Yeah,
we'll
my pleasure. Thank you for helping out.
Gallery.
We had we had a shortage on on Kain mains.
A note that we talk about it. Kain is not popular, so when you play this character, you have a good advantage because most people do not know how to play against him.
Yeah. It's difficult. Usually, most of the people I find that play him, they pick him because they want to troll or like a last chance for winning, because they usually like go with pretty easy stuff like spamming fireballs because he can control air and ground. But good Kains, it's hard to find out there. There's an Netero I played once against him. He's very good. But
there's only 2 Kain players in Europe, so Netero and me. I mean, good Kains that is.
Yeah.
And in Japan, you usually have only one good player playing at the time. So it was Charles Wayne 10 years ago, then Kento, then Vanilla, and they almost never play at the same time.
I see.
The character is really not that popular.
Will the VOD be uploaded? Hey, Malferion. Yeah, absolutely. The VOD will be uploaded on the Discord's YouTube channel, so don't worry, no problem.
And I want to apologize because it's really hard to record and practice some stuff with Kain. You know, his setups mid-screen are impossible to to record and practice. So sorry about that, guys. I tried my best, but it's
you
really
did difficult. You did very good anyway. And so okay, we will see again on Friday, guys. Remember about Vortex, and thanks again, Erendir, for helping me out.
Well, thanks for having me.
And so have a good night. Okay.